Hello, class. Happy Monday. Welcome to another class of Start Conversations and Develop Good Relationships with Guests. All right, so what I want to talk about today is how do we respond to guest questions or requests? And if we don't understand a guest, what they're saying or what question they're asking, how do we respond? What do we say for them to be more clear or ask the question in another way that makes sense? This happens a lot of times when I teach, right? I'll say something and you'll look at me and you won't know what I'm saying and you'll say, oh, teacher, ask again, ask again. And I try to think of another way to say that same question. So that's going to happen a lot of times in working in a hotel because you're talking to a lot of people who might have accents, right? They might have an Australian accent or an Indian accent or an American accent or a British accent or a German accent. Like all these different accents that you're not used to hearing. So it takes you a while to understand what they're saying. And that's okay. You're also dealing with people where English is not your first language, right? Khmer is your first language. But also the guests, their first language might not be English either. Their first language might be Japanese or German or Swedish. And they're also not super comfortable in English. So it can take time to try to understand what they're saying, but that's okay. But we have to be respectful, and we can't get frustrated or upset with the guest or with ourselves. And we're gonna learn different ways to respond to people. So I'm going to go ahead and read this introduction to you. After I read it, I would like you to pause the video and read it again yourselves. So let me read the introduction and then the clear communication down below this page. 2.1, answer questions clearly and honestly. Introduction. In an international setting, the ability to communicate with customers sets businesses apart. English may not be your first language or the guest's first language, but it is your responsibility to make sure the guest stay is as stress-free as possible. Therefore, it is essential that you answer questions very clearly to avoid any miscommunication. Honesty is also an important characteristic of a valued employee. Staff that lie to guests or management could give the company a bad reputation or lose business for the company. It is important for you to be completely honest in all communication at the workplace. Clear communication. What can you do if you are having problems communicating with a guest? Use your best judgment in order to get your message across and take steps to communicate more efficiently. Take steps to communicate more effectively. And yeah. Here are the steps you should follow. Remain calm. Repeat the question slowly. Judge the customer's comprehension by his or her response. Use body gestures to get your message across. Ask them to wait. And lastly, alert your supervisor. So go ahead and pause the video now and go reread it. And if you're not sure of any words, go ahead and look it up in your Khmer dictionary or online so you understand. All right, go ahead and pause it now. All right, you should have all read it and read it again, rather. And I want you to take note here of the steps. Right? The first thing we do is we remain calm. Remember the word calm? You relax. Right? If you don't understand, you don't go, oh, I don't know. Don't worry. Just stay calm. It's okay. You didn't understand them. I got 30 seconds left. Repeat the question slowly. So if you're not sure what the question was, or you're asking a question, just repeat it slowly, right? Don't go too fast, just nice and slow. Judge the customer's comprehension by his or her response. Right? If they don't know it, they'll just be like, but if they think they understand, then they'll tell you. All right, I'm gonna start a new video